Dragons, it's Shane from Astral Dragon Gaming, and yes, here we are back at the longing. It's been a long hiatus between sort of points. I've been busy in this game trying to find all the bits and pieces, and I finally came to a loggerhead. I couldn't figure stuff out, so I did what anyone does in this modern age, and I went looking to find answers. And yeah, I found answers, and I'll have a talk to them about them today. But the main part about this game is nearly at an end. It's got 55, 54 days left on it, and we'll be able to wake the king. I'm opting for waking up the king. That's my opinion of how I want to play this game. I want to finish it that way. So apparently, according to all the pages, it doesn't matter how many days I wait until the end. It will just be there when I want to go and do it. So I'm willing to do that. But at the moment, one very important thing is I've discovered one of the more difficult parts of this game. And one of the more difficult parts of this game is that in order to get to a certain part so I can get enough wood to build a bed, is you need to get to a certain hidden place. And the only way you could do that is by solving a puzzle that wasn't very obvious. I've done that, and I've walked a little bit of way along into there. But now, what we're going to do is we're going to start a certain type of fire in my home, and that will make my character, George here, go and all the way to a secret location. So, yeah. I will say a lot of things about this game, and I've said it a lot before this now, and this game really calls to us all, especially in this particular point in time where we are, especially with all the COVID and all the lockdown and feeling isolated, feeling alone, feeling full of just emptiness in some respects, and that concept of longing. And a lot of this also touches on some of my own personal beliefs where I'm kind of a Zen person where I think of the emptiness and thinking of the eternity in which we live in and so on and so forth. And this game just makes you feel really at home with that concept. And this guy just, this shade being stuck in this perpetual loop of waiting and not knowing when it will end, how it will end, will it end, and all these other things. It's a truly interesting game and a truly inspirational thing. And also released at a time when I don't think anyone was prepared for the reality of how close it was to our real life it is now. And yeah, it was a game that I looked at and I thought, oh, that looks cool, and oh, I get to wait around for 400 days? Yes, I'll do that. Now, incidentally, apparently, if I come here on his birthday. Now, that was a bit obscure. It's a line that's stuck in a notebook that has all his thoughts and everything from George the Shade here. And one of them says that his birthday is not long before the king wakes up. Now, if you figure it out, it's pretty simple. 400 days take 365 days away from it, and you're left with 35 days. On the 35th day, something special happens, and we're going to do a stream on that when that happens. But today's stream, I want to get to the secret place that I've read about, that I just have to make a certain type of fire and make it all happen. My god, I made a serious thing. Oh, here's another thing I found rather interesting. The music Also, that skips the long time. Adam, I have a phone call, so excuse me half a second while I here. Sorry about that, everyone. Had to take that call. I thought I'd do a few things, but yeah. Now we're here at our home, and now it's time to make a mystical fire. What kind of fire are you going to make? Why, a sulfur fire. That's what we're going to do. Anyone that's ever burnt sulfur knows that you basically vacate a room. Okay, we're going to make a fire. We're going to make a smelly fire. What a horrible smell. I need to get out of here. And now we're going to find where we go with this. Now, for those that don't know, there is an actual thing that you had to do in order to get where I'm going. The first thing was that you need to figure out that certain mushrooms growing near certain other mushrooms made them grow. Now, you also had to figure out that you had to put the mushrooms in a certain position so that you would grow a certain type of mushroom so you could jump like a trampoline on that mushroom to get above a cliff. And for the love of God, that made the entire game very hard to figure out. But again, the guy that made this game, I really can't blame him. Like, they have done an excellent job. This game has been intriguing, it's been interesting, as well as hiding a lot of what it was there, and it just made you think about what you should or shouldn't be doing, or how you were supposed to find things. This brings me back to the old days style of games, the point and click adventures from LucasArts and whatnot. And I think that's what makes this game so much more intriguing to me, so much more enjoyable than what I've yeah, it's this game will have a very special place in my heart because it is a much more interesting game than it first gives itself off to be. Like discovering that time moves faster at home once you start making your home more livable. When you discover that certain places are accessible only at certain times. When you find a place that I got told by someone on stream that you basically had to go to this place when there was the moss grew enough so you could jump off the cliff and just bounce down and get more crystals and different stuff. So many things about this game that were just not understandable until they actually happen. So, yeah, this is a. It's kind of a must play game because even if you know everything that happens in this game, it's just not as understandable unless you've actually played it. And you've got to get into that sort of mindset of what this game's all about. And I would be very interested to see what the people who made this game, what their next sort of design or what their next sort of goal of making a game will be, because this is an instant classic. It's an instant sort of mind-bending game that will change a lot of people's way about looking at games. Because though it's 2D, though it's you have to press your finger down and it's very labor intensive kind of game to play, at the same time there is so much about this game that is just interesting and is fascinating and makes you look at it more and wants you to go and crave it more. And it also is inspiring me to go play Horizon, New Horizons on Animal Crossing's sort of format and play that because yeah, this has been a real enjoyment of a game to enjoy for a few hours every day and then come back and it's at a different time and then come back and go forth and it's just yeah. Come on, George, where are we going? I'm interested to see what the next stage of it all is. because I've stuck with it this far. How much further do I have to stick with it? I think next game I'll be streaming once I've finished this. I think I'll be finishing off Final Fantasy VII Remake. Get that entire sort of stream done on that. At the moment, I am playing um, Ghost of Tsushima, which is, for a better word, almost perfect in some respects. In other words, there are things you can cry about. You can cry about the camera, but we've been crying about 3D cameras or cameras in general since the first move from the NES, the Super Nintendo, and the Mega Drive, the Sega Mega Drive, from the 2D to the 3D for decades now. There has not been a game to date that has a perfect 3D camera, a 3D camera that works best with everyone. Is one thing that I think 3D games, if someone could make a 3D camera in just the right way so that it would work perfectly for every game, for every situation, everything like that, they would have their own money made. I think there are a few games where they got it really well. Okami is one where you play as the wolf and you can color everything with the brush pen and everything. The camera work on that is really good. I don't mind the camera on that. Mario 64 needed a lot of work, but it was one of the first sort of major titles that did that full free roam sort of design of a camera. Right, Dark Souls and most Soulsborne sort of games in general are the bane of everyone's existence when it comes to the camera. So yeah, it's one of the one things that I'm not sure there is a good solution to a camera. Like you can zoom right out and not be right in the action, but it kind of takes away from what the game's supposed to be. You can be first person action and it's fine, but the third person 3D camera away from the character, figuring out the right distance, figuring out the right angle, and all the other bits and pieces is yet to be a thing. I think the one thing that nearly all the 3D cameras need is the ability to, when it pans around so that you're right up against a wall or something like that, that the wall itself that it pans up against doesn't exist. And you see the world itself, or it just sort of gets shaded, or it's like a shadow or something like that. Just something really simple that still allows you to play the game and doesn't obscure your ability to play the game when you're deep in the action and whatnot. I think when that kind of thing gets implemented properly, that's a big thing. But, eh, it's always going to be a problem. 3D cameras are a mobile nightmare. Anyone that's ever programmed or tried to do a 3D model where you have a camera panning around and showing you what's happening and everything, it is a small nightmare to get that camera to sit in the right position to give the best view to show things. But yeah, it's a truly interesting thing. One thing I do give credit with this game is that it made you care about little insurmountable things. It made you care about the poor spider that built the web that allows you to get up further in the caverns, and he died. It made you care about George the Shade here, about what's going to happen to him. And then when you go to the dreams that happen to George here, they're also very important and profound as well. And I think a lot of that was very important to understand. But yeah, there's a lot of parts of this game that are very important, very well designed, and very um, just overall make a difference to the world. And I hope everyone gets something out of this because it's not a wasted game, it's not a waste of time, it's a relaxing, therapeutic game that I think, in some respects, kept me sane in this time period where it wasn't the same as other games where it's action or it's something to fill a hole or something to think. Like even Paper Mario, I loved playing Paper Mario Origami. It was a great game. I'm going to do a review on that on my channel. Yeah, he can finally breathe again. Oh well, that's fine. We will go to the place that I think we need to go to. Alright, go here. Because this is where we're going to find the secret place to allow us to go somewhere else. And hopefully learn something new. Because I will be very happy to learn something new about this game. Mental note, must pick up mushroom before we go anywhere. Yes, thank you very much. Portable light source. Dum bum 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 bum. Alright. I think another thing about this game that's really interesting is the inclusion sounds. Oh, I didn't turn the music on. Oops. Sorry. I've had the music turned off for quite a while because I've been sort of watching and understanding things as I've been playing the game. And sometimes the music can get a little bit overwhelming. But just the inclusion sounds of the actual in-depth thing and how it all works and everything is really quite an extraordinary thing. I don't think... Oh look, the mushroom grew. It really did. So this is one of the things that occurred in the area. It grew these really large mushrooms. These large mushrooms are basically a trampoline, and honestly, it was not an obvious solution to how to play the game. I did not know about it, but I'm glad I looked it up and read it and stopped pulling my hair out and wondering what was going to happen at the end of 400 days. The actually interesting thing is I don't actually have to wait 400 days. I don't have to worry about waiting 400 days because by the end of the 400 days, it can go beyond 400 days and it will still be fine. So I was really happy that was a thing because there was a small level of anxiety of what happens if I miss the time when it's 400 days. So, yeah. Now, there are 4 endings to this one. There is one which is a suicide, one where you wake up the king, one where you get to the above ground, and also another one where you get to the above ground but die as well. It's a really interesting sort of end to this game. But for the moment, I'm going for the end goal and finishing off with the king and all that. So I really want to see what the end result is. And I'll be happy to see the end of this. I really will. It will be a much enjoyed ending to this entire game. The other thing about this game that I found rather interesting is that it never told you what to do. There was never a direction of what you should do in this game. There was plenty of suggestions, plenty of things telling you what you could or couldn't do, or what was there or what wasn't there, but a lot of the time none of the ideas were straight and to the point. There was nothing telling you how to play this game at the end of the day. And I think a lot of modern games are kind of missing that concept. I think a lot of games are missing that enjoyment factor that I do enjoy a lot. And bounce, bounce. And out comes the mushroom. Now, this is where the interesting part is. This place that we're going towards is literally pitch black. And the only way that you're going to see where you're going is with a mushroom. And it is very dangerous that if you get... At one point there is a cliff where you can kill yourself. But there is also a secret room which will hold the one thing that I have been trying to get so often. And that is the last pieces of wood so I can build my damn bed. So want to build my bed. But this feels very claustrophobic, this section. And I was almost jumping for joy yesterday when I finally got it right and managed to get up here. I was like, thank God I got it somewhere. I'm not stuck in a hole. I don't know where I'm going. I'm not waiting to the end of 400 days with nothing else to do. It's like, bang, I found it. It's like, yeah. So, yeah, there is a lot of parts of this that are thankful that I've got this far in the game. Gotta steer clear of my right mouse button in case I eat it. That's not gonna be good. Because it will be dark. Ooh, another tight cavern. Sorry about that. Nose gets blocked up every so often. Do 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 do. Ba da da dum ba da da dum. Ba da 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 dum bum ba da 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 da. Ba 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 da da. That's one thing I want to make sure is everyone's okay out there, because it's really okay to be shitty at this point in time, to not be enjoying how your life is at the moment, because let's face it, we're all in the same boat. But at the same time, it's important to understand that you're not alone, you're not isolated from everyone else. There is a world out there and everyone wants to say hello. And if you don't feel like someone's there to say hello, put up a stream. Do a game. So easy to do it. Anyone can do it, and it comes from any sort of format where you play a game or whatnot. And just do it. Say hello to people. Be happy. Because it's so easy just to sit there and watch. But it's really hard to sort of stand there and say, hi. Maybe I should turn back. I'm starting to hear strange sounds. We are not turning back. And it's getting darker. Wow. It is getting really dark. I didn't think that was possible. I was wrong! Ooh, we're panning outwards. Oh, that's a pathway. Where are you leading to? There's a cliff there. I think I'll go up here. Oh, hold on. Gotta go further to get out. Let's go. You know, I'm going to kill myself if I don't at least see what's at the end of this path first. Alright, there's a pathway there. Hold on. Just to make myself feel better, I'm going to earmark it. Gimme. Some place in the dark, dark, dark. Oh, it's a cliff. It's a really, really big cliff. Okay. That one I'm going to stop at. Yeah, I'll override that for that one. No, we're not walking home, George. We're going to go up these stairs. So that's one way to die, is to end Shade's life and say goodbye to George forever. We're not going to say goodbye to George. We are going to go up these stairs and see where they lead. Maybe they lead somewhere good. Maybe they lead somewhere bad. I don't know. You don't know. It could be anywhere. Well, some of you might know because some of you have played this game. Some of you have finished this game. And there goes the saving function. It's like, there we go. Alright, where does this lead? I seem to have stumbled upon the hidden staircase in the darkness. Yeah, that's true. Oh, it's getting darker. Not even my mushroom is working now. How'd it get darker? Ooh. Listen to that noise. What the hell is that? Hello? I can see you. Whoa! the hell was that? Okay. There was something in the darkness. Scary. I did not even know they existed there. Fascinating. Now let's just have a look at Steam. Okay, that was really weird. But I don't know what it was. I was not expecting that to happen. Now the question is, what do we do from here? And can we get over that problem? Questions abound. But what do we do? Maybe we came to that and we went to sleep? Or closed our eyes, perhaps? Curious. Now I'm sort of burning with curiosity. It's like, what do we do now? I think I got it wrong. I think it was supposed to be a lapis fire they were supposed to create, but that's alright. We can figure something out. We'll see how far George goes and then maybe. I don't know. We've done a lot with George. Lots of different places, lots of different sort of understandings, different sort of revelations, and profound ideas. But the question now is it time to end it or time to wait? I still say wait. That's what my view of this game is. That idea of waiting until it's time to just go. Bang, king time, and we're over and done with. But yeah, it will be interesting to see what I can do here. Is it possible because he could see my eyes? Maybe I need to go there, fall asleep, and he would have had trouble finding me and disappeared, and then I can continue on. Maybe. Because he said it straight off the bat, I can see you. So if he couldn't see me, then I would no longer be a danger to him. Maybe. Possibly. I don't know. Curiouser and curiouser, Alice said as she tumbled down the rabbit hole. I'm a great fan of Alice in Wonderland. I think it's one of those stories that if you read it in the wrong way, you'll never truly understand it. But the one thing that does sort of hit home all the time is that you have to be a bit of crazy just to deal with this world. You can't be normal. Normal doesn't work. You have to be crazy. Otherwise, things don't work. So, 54 days, 8 hours, 15 minutes, and 10 seconds. And we will be far and far away from this entire game and figure out where we're going to the next part. But that face in the darkness, we have to overcome it. Because there's an achievement that says overcome the darkness. And it's possible this is the thing that we need to do. Possible. Not the answer, but possible. I don't know. I don't know if I'm supposed to overcome the darkness or if whether there's a path that keeps up going on an angle too. So many possibilities. And again, this game triggers that thing in me. Like, gotta find out. I've gotta find the answer. So one thing this game has done constantly, out time and time again, is like, must find the answer. Must find what is the solution to one thing or another. It's amazing how they've managed to do that. He's still going. I'm not sure if I got this on fire right. I'm pretty sure it said sulfur in the how-to guide. I could be wrong. Could be lapis. And I need a lapis fire. That'd be a pain. I gotta wait another 20 days for that. Oh, pardon me. 19 days. No, hold on. Yeah, 19 days I gotta wait. So I have to wait 2 weeks normal time. I forget how fast thing. Alright. So you can finally breed. But the good thing is we now have the location of the cliff. And we can get to the cliff, we can go up from the cliff and figure out where we're going from there. I'm hoping I don't need the mushroom to see where I'm going. Let's have a note! Ooh, it's going to be a very short game! And we'll have to start again at 400 days. Shout out to anyone that's watching this. What was it that draws your attention to this game first off? For me, it was when I discovered that it was 400 days in real time, and you could literally sit on a rock and wait for a pool or a puddle to fill in a set amount of time. I think that's when this game first spoke to me about what it really was. But I'd be curious to see what other people's views of this are. Especially now we're nearing the end of it all. Nearly finished it all, and thankfully it's over, and I don't think I'll come back to it, but it's definitely got my time that I've played in it, and definitely worth my effort in finishing it. I don't think you can ask for a more satisfying experience that requires very little effort. Reality, I've only played, I think, like 30 hours in total in this game, in real time. 400 days has gone by in the actual game, but in reality I've only played the game X amount of days. And it's really interesting to see the differential between the clock that keeps running on this game and the clock that I've been following in normal life. But yeah, very interested to see what other people think about this game as to what is an attractant to this game. Because the community behind it, I see, is really quite passionate. A lot of people have taken this game to heart, and really it calls to a lot of them, and it's just so amazing to find a game that is not really anything special, but at the same time it's something special. It's a bit like Settlers. There are a lot of people that love Settlers, the game, and so many people have talked about it and talk all the bits and pieces and the enjoyment and everything. And I came late to the series. I came in at Settlers 2 when it was first released, and it was such an intriguing game and so enjoyable to try and set up these pathways and set up different sort of ways to get to different things and how to set up your management of your resources and everything. And then Settlers 3 came out, and you could now have battles between different factions and everything. And yeah, it's good that they're going to remake Settlers, and I want to see what that's going to look like. I'd be very happy to see what that looks like when it does come out, but we're waiting a long time before that happens. I don't know how long, but it's on Epic Game Store sort of oh yes, we're going to have Settlers, the remake, at some point. But Epic is really terrible for how they just put up, it's like, boom, we're going to have this game. When? Soon. When soon? Soon. Right. Yeah, Epic is just terrible like that. But that's Epic. Don't worry about them. They've always been like that. Even when it was only Fortnite and the Unreal Engine. Tell you what, this is so unnerving. It sounds like you're actually crawling through caves and whatnot. Let's just check what happens if we drop the gamma. Wow, that's dark. That's really dark when it's just you turn the gamma off. Woohoo! Mm. This place slowly sort of the sound is so terrible. It just slowly creeps into your spine. That sort of primal fear of the dark, fear of the unknown, fear of being closed in by stone walls or being crushed to death by stone. Yeah, definitely not a good feeling. You know, on stream it must look like just two bouncing golf balls with pinpricks bouncing up and down. It cannot look normal. I can just barely see the outline. Yeah, we're getting to the cliff now. I can barely see the ground. My god, that's scary. Nope, can't see squat now. Holy crap, I can't see anything. I hope he knows where he's going, because I don't. Okay, we're just gonna try and see if we can do this. Yep, going up now. I can hope that we're going up. Nope. Damn it! Hmm. I am going to get this right before I end the stream. I tell you, I'm going to get it right. Now find those secret stairs, climb them up, and see what happens. Whew, I can see again. I don't know about you, but that just flat out scares the shit out of me. It's an unpleasant feeling. Oh, George, my boy, we're going to figure out where we're going sooner or later. Worst comes to worst, we'll walk to the king and wait at the king for our birthday and then see what happens. We'll get a mushroom, walk all the way back again, climb. Once we get to the stairs, we'll eat the mushroom, keep on walking till we find that face in the darkness, and then we'll just stop. Let George go to sleep, no one can see him, and maybe we'll get an achievement out of it. Who knows? Oh, fun fact, I've got face rig, it doesn't work with the beard. Go figure. I literally have to talk really big for my beard to not take over where my lips are. And so on and so forth. Face rig, funny thing. Good technology, not for everyone. Come on, George. Move those little leggies. Finally, we're at the spot. It only took us 3 minutes. For some reason, the darkness makes it so much more longer than it feels. Don't know why. Alright, jump down. Doing, doing. Alright. We'll pick up one of the mushrooms. Awesome. Alright. We will now go to Cliff again. Once we get to the cliff, we will see what we can do. I love how he puts it in his mouth in order to carry it, because he's got no pockets or anything. He just pops it out, and off we go again. But I tell you what, that 2 minutes of total darkness, that's just plain scary. But I don't know what's going to happen after we overcome the darkness. I assume something will happen, but I don't know what. But once again, you're left to the constraints of a game and its mechanics. Simple mechanics, but complicated nonetheless. I remember a game in... I think it was 98, it might have been 99. It was called Creatures. And the idea is that you had a floppy disk. Yes, this was back in the days when, you know, us old people had floppy disks as a thing. 3 1/4, not 5 1/4. 3 1/2, not 5 1/4. Disk, and you had creature eggs on it. These creature eggs were basically little creatures that were blank. For modern sake terms, let's call them a neural network. A creature that had basic capability, but you had to teach it how to drink, how to eat, how to jump from place to place, how to explore. And you were given this lab and world to explore with the creature, but you had to use the creature to explore this thing and teach them as they went. And as they went further, they would learn things, and it would be pushed into their brain, and they'd learn more, and then they'd breed with other creatures and create different creatures, and so on and so forth. It was a brilliant idea. It didn't get implemented very well, but it was a brilliant idea for the time. And I think if they brought a game like that back now, I think a lot of people would be very interested in playing it. I don't think the world has changed that much. I think the world has become a much more interesting place now, with a much more wider diverse idea. Like, we can touch on the most touchy of all subjects, the gay and lesbian rights, and the rights to be a male in a female's body, and so on and so forth, or transgender, or pansexual. There's a whole gambit of things that you can just put into one basket, and it's just this. But we're all what we are. We choose to be who we are, and you love that person for who they are, and leave it at that. But it would be interesting, considering our modern take on how we see the world now, 20 years on, to see the difference in how people would approach a game like that. Like, this game was a very niche game when I played it. I was one of those people that you gave an interesting game or an interesting concept to me, and it's like, yeah, I gotta play it. and I'd play like 20, 50 hours of a game to see all the bits and pieces and see what was interesting about it. And I think a lot of people would be more interested in games like that now. They're more um, philosophical, cerebrally sort of based. But yeah, it would be good to see a game like that come out again. It's more like 4-5 minutes to get here, isn't it? That's fine, I can do it. We just have to overcome the darkness somehow. Scared and apprehensive. That is what I am right now. Scared and apprehensive. I'm not sure what the result is. I definitely don't know what the answer is going forward, which is the harder part of this game. Because good God. Catherine Pooh. That looks like a bot account. Lovely. Delete. Alright, here we are. Alright. So, first of all, we will go up here. Then we'll eat the mushroom and continue up. Right. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ate too many mushrooms. Again! This looks very much like the Earth King. Did he make these caverns? That's the question. Did he dig all the holes that led us all down to these caverns? That's the question. What a strange and beautiful dream. Ominous. Really ominous. Now, what happens when we go to sleep? Come on, go to sleep, George. Doesn't take him too long. What happens when you go to sleep? Close your eyes. Does he close his eyes? That's a bigger question. How long does it take for George to go to sleep? massive staring competition. What are you doing, George? Keeps looking down. Why do you keep looking down? Yes, now you're looking at me. Don't do that. Now he's sitting. What happens when you close your eyes? Come on, George. Close your eyes. Go to sleep. The tension is building. This is the most tense minutes I have waited in this game since. I'm dying to know what happens. If anything happens. Come on, George. Go to sleep. Come on. Because I'm curious, if he closes his eyes and the other one closes his eyes, does that mean that one goes to sleep as well? Or better yet, disappears? Curiouser and curiouser. Ah, here we go. Boom. Ah, come on, you were so close. Alright, his eyes are darting around, that means he's slowly getting into it. Come on. Come on. Betty by George. Come on. You can do it. Damn it! So close. I want to know what happens. Oh. Weird eye movements. sound is so disturbing. Come on, George. Sleepy bye. Goodbye, Georgie, in the cave zone. When you wake up, the scary thing will be gone. And when you wake, you'll be where you need to be. So hurry up, George, and get your ass to sleep. Come on, George! Damn you, George! I want that wood. It's the one thing I want to get today. I can get the wood, I can get that, and move beyond what I need to do. Ooh, that's a big full-on blink. You can just see where George is. Just. I'm pretty sure this is the only answer to solve this puzzle. Oh, it does that looking to souls thing again. Damn it, tore a bloody scab off today. That hurts. Oh, that was a debut. Blink. Come on, George. Nearly there. Squinty eyes, come on. Drop it. Drop. Well, I don't have the mushroom now. Can he? No, he'd still be able to see my eyes. That's the problem. He can see my eyes. $400 days long. How long is a day anyway? Sigh. Yep. Nearly there. Come on. Oh, the contemplation in darkness. do me a favour. I just want you to go to sleep. Sleep for me. No, that's it. I'm going to leave George here. We're going to find something remarkable when I wake up again here. Maybe. Maybe not. But I will leave you in the darkness that is eternal in this game at the moment. And I will see you all on the next stream. And yeah, who knows? Maybe George will have overcome the darkness within. But other than that, I will see you all. Please make sure you follow, like, subscribe, all the good stuff. And I'll catch you on the next stream. Bye for now.